Today is a great, wonderful, amazing, incredible day, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a Dutch day, but not just a Dutch day, no, a Dutch cultural day. Everyday Dutch things that stand out to me as an American living in the Netherlands. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go.
Hi everyone, my name is Ava and I'm an American living in the Netherlands, and today I wanted to show you some things that stood out to me as an American when I first moved here, and also just some differences, everyday differences between the US and the Netherlands.
Perfect. Before she gets into her explanation, I need your help, guys. I actually need your help. You know the videos of Rundfunk, my favourite TV show that I'm reacting to currently? I don't know if you've looked at the links to the shows, the actual shows on YouTube, but they've gone, disappeared, kaput, poof, gone. They're not on YouTube anymore. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma. YouTube, well, whoever owns the copyright has removed them, so I can't finish the show. Now, there are other Rundfunk episodes on YouTube. However, there's no subtitles to those shows. So I'm in a bit of a... well, there is subtitles, but they're very, very bad. So I'm in a bit of a... I don't know. We're going to figure this out, though, guys. We're going to figure this out. Even if I have to find the show somewhere else and find the subtitles somewhere else, and we're going to figure it out. I'm not going to watch episode 1 of season 2 and then not be able to watch the rest of the season. But this is where you guys come in. I need your help to kind of help me find another way to watch the show with English subtitles. Yeah, that's where we're at. So if you're thinking, oh, he's just reacted to episode 1, waiting for episode 2, where's episode 2? Yeah, that's why it's taken so long, because I can't find the rest of the show. The rest of the show has been removed. They've seen that we're having too much fun. That's what it is. YouTube's like, oh, these guys are having too much fun watching this show and having a good time. Let's remove it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, if you're wondering. But anyways, let's get into this video. But yeah, in the meantime, help me. Help me find a link.
It's a gorgeous 30
Oh, and subscribe. I know a lot of you are not subscribed yet. Make sure you subscribe so you get notifications and, you know, we can interact more. Let's continue.
here today, although you couldn't really tell by the clouds. Like, look at that. They need to part, because I was looking forward to some sun today. I guarantee you those people there are upset that there is no sun right now.
Okay, let's start this video off with some really convenient things that stood out to me right when you get out of Central Station in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And one of the things that's so convenient is Dunkin' Donuts. Just kidding. You gotta walk.
So funny that we're very Americanized, aren't we? Even in the Netherlands, you guys have got Dunkin' Donuts. We have Dunkin' Donuts as well. I've never been personally, but we were very... these American brands have taken over Europe.
Past the Dunkin' to here. And this.
Looks like London.
This is really convenient.
That's right, if you're coming to visit Amsterdam, you don't have to bring your luggage with you. You can simply leave it at the lockers at the station. Another convenient thing can be found...
You have lockers at the station? Of course you have lockers at the station. I just feel like Dutch people, you guys are very practical. You think things out. You think methodically. You think, okay, if people are coming to the country, they've got suitcases, how about we have a lock system where they can put it away safely, so when they're exploring the city, then they have a safe place to store their luggage. Genius. Genius. And of course, it's in the Netherlands, of course, because you guys are great like that. Like, wow. Okay.
Right outside of Amsterdam Station, the bicycle parking. Amsterdam has these cool underwater bicycle parking garages.
Wow.
And if you don't have a bike, no problem. You can use your public transport card to rent a bike here. I think that's pretty cool.
Well, so as I'm walking on the beautiful single in Amsterdam, I wanted to take a moment to thank you all for watching. I just ran into one of you, a viewer, and...
While she's talking about thanking one of the viewers that she saw, bicycles. I rented a bicycle in Denmark, because Denmark also has a culture of bicycle riding, kind of like you guys. And I thought it would be a good idea. The vlog is actually on YouTube. I have another channel called Dwayne's View. If you go onto that channel, not now, but after this video, Dwayne's View, it's just a sister channel to Dwayne's Lens, this one. And I did a vlog where I went to Sweden and I went to Denmark. And in my Danish vlog, I rented a bicycle. And because you guys in Europe, you drive and ride on the right-hand side of the road, I felt like I was gonna die. Yes. Every time I got to a junction, my muscle memory, because I drive in the UK, I drive a vehicle, and I have a scooter. I ride a 125cc scooter in the UK, and I have a mountain bike. And I'm used to doing that on the left-hand side of the road. Now, if you've never been to a country where they drive on the left-hand side of the road, you'll know what I mean. If you haven't, you won't know what I mean. But if you've been, you'll know what I mean. If you've been to Australia, the UK, is Japan one of them? Any of those countries and tried to drive a vehicle, you'll know what I mean. Or Thailand, you'll know what I mean. Because trying to drive on the opposite side of the road that you're used to is stressful with oncoming traffic. Mate, it's stressful. But I will try it again, but it didn't go very well in my vlog. It went well. I didn't die. I'm still here. But I didn't like feeling like I was going to get knocked off my bike. So, there's that.
Well, it's just, I run into you basically on a daily basis, and I love meeting you and hearing from you. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank you, because it just feels so surreal even now. I've been making these vlogs for a couple of years now, and it just feels so wonderful to meet you all and just know that people watch my videos and like them. So that's really sweet, and I wanted to, in the beginning of the video, take a moment to thank you for it.
Something that's
totally get that. I totally get exactly what you're saying, because on my other channel, Dwayne's View, I bumped into subscribers on there as well in Sweden, and it was just like, wow. I don't know, it was so beautiful and fulfilling to meet people that watch my videos and like watch me every day or watch me every week. I felt so much love. Like I was so overwhelmed with like, wow. And I can't wait for the same thing to happen with this channel, because there's a lot of you that watch all my videos, and I'm excited because we're building a community. It's small at the moment. Obviously, it's like 5,000 or something. It's small, he says. 5,000 is a lot of people, 5,000 is like, it's a stadium. Big stadium. But like we're building, we're growing, and as we grow and get bigger as a community, I'm so excited, guys, for 2026, because we're gonna grow, and I'm gonna do a vlog. I'm gonna come to the Netherlands, and I'm gonna vlog my journey in the Netherlands, and I can't wait to meet some of you guys on the streets of Utrecht. Is that how you say it? And Amsterdam and other places in Netherlands. So I'm excited. It might be this summer. I might come to the Netherlands this summer. We'll see, guys. We'll see.
To me, even before I lived in the Netherlands and I was just visiting here, is that if there was a dry, warm, sunny day, 2 out of those 3 is enough. People would drop everything that they're doing to be outside. Wow. I didn't understand this at first, because didn't people have to work? I'll come back to this point later on in the video.
Okay, another thing that stands out to me as an American is how narrow these streets are. Can you believe that like actual full-size vans pass through here, and then along with bikes and people walking? I don't understand how they do it. It's a true skill.
It really is. It's funny to hear Americans say that, because it is a true skill, because we have the same sorts of roads in the UK. Very, very narrow. They're not, our countries are so old. They weren't built for these big big vehicles that we have today. Whereas America's a young country, their roads are built for massive vehicles, whereas the roads in Europe are very small. And I live in the countryside, very, very, very English village. I live in a village, and you just get used to squeezing. I don't know what it is. You just get used to having like maybe like this much between you and a car when you're driving alongside each other. I don't know, you just get used to it. When I learned how to drive, it scared the hell out of me, but you get used to just almost colliding with another vehicle. It's just how it is. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I think in Europe, we're better drivers than Americans. We are. We're more skilled. We just are. Their roads are... They're huge. They're huge. You could fit like 4 vehicles in a line on their road. Like... they're massive. So like, there's no way you're going to hit another vehicle unless you're a shit driver. And they have more fatalities in their countries than our countries. So we have to be better drivers than them. Like America, like, and they all drive automatics. There's nothing wrong with driving automatics. It's just that it's very easy in their country as well. And their licensing, it takes them 2 minutes to like learn. I swear, like their test, they just have to like drive around the corner, round a roundabout, do some reversing, and then they get a license. Whereas in our countries, it takes forever. Like you have to full on do the training and yeah. Anyways, I'm talking too much, but you know what I mean. I feel like driving in Europe is completely different, and our roads are treacherous.
These streets, as narrow as they are, even have cars parked to the side.
Yeah.
And of course, bicycles. And as pedestrians, we have to make do with really, really, really narrow sidewalks. Oh well, you're better off biking in the Netherlands.
Now, the other thing I find interesting actually is that these beautiful buildings are a mix of residential buildings and just office buildings. Oh my God, by the way, do you notice how every single place basically has an outdoor seating area? Like in the US, it gets so hot that this is not something that you see this often. Just look, every single place has a terrasje, a little terrace.
While there is a lot to complain about when it comes to Dutch weather, one thing that I actually don't mind is how relatively mild the summers here are compared to the summers I'm used to in the US. I think that one of the reasons outdoor seating was often limited in the US is because no one wanted to sit outside in the scorching summer heat. I think I sat outside.
It's the same in like the really hot countries like Thailand. I used to live in Thailand, guys. I've been back in the UK for a year now. I used to live in Thailand, and outdoor seating, absolutely not. You would cook, literally cook, if you sat outside. So it just wasn't a thing. There were places where it was a thing. I'm lying. I'm actually completely lying. No. There is. It's not like this where there's seating everywhere, but there are places where there's outdoor. I'm lying. I'm completely lying. What am I talking about? There are a lot of places where you can sit and eat outside, but it has to be shaded. You're not literally open air like that where there's no roof. You have to be like under trees or under something to not have the heat, not have the sun pounding on you. That's what I meant by not being outdoors in Thailand. Does that make sense?
Cafes or restaurants way more ever since I moved to the Netherlands, even though it definitely rains way more here.
Oh my God, I just am walking through the center of Amsterdam, and sorry, I bet the voice quality is really crappy because of this big truck. But this proves that I'm in the center of Amsterdam and I have just stumbled onto my biggest dream.
Check out this book market. So one of the things that stood out to me, and this is really just my impression, is that Dutch people really like to read on the whole, and there are so many cute little bookshops in Dutch towns and cities.
Okay.
For instance, in the center of Amsterdam, there is a British, Dutch, and American bookshop all basically right next to each other, and I love it.
Wow, so in New York, people often say when they're in Manhattan, oh my God, there's a Starbucks on every block. Well, in Amsterdam, you have a bookshop on every block. Also, a note to the current Dutch government, please don't raise the taxes on books. By the way, just to give you all some context, it's a Friday today, it is almost lunchtime, and I usually work 5 days. I work 5 days, and many people in the Netherlands work 4, and at least where I work, the day they like to take off is a Friday, and that happens to be today. The weather was nice, so I thought I'm gonna take off as well. And I do this kind of very often, and if I'm gonna take a day off, it's typically a Friday just because my colleagues are off too, because they work 4 days.
Now, before I moved to the Netherlands...
4 days, 4-day weeks. Wow, we don't get that in the UK. Me personally, obviously I'm different. I work online. However, the majority of people in the UK work 5 days a week. But since COVID, we have a lot more working from home, which is good, which is very good. So we're getting more that way. I think we're starting to be more like flexy when it comes to working. But isn't it a problem when everyone's taking Friday off for work? I personally, if I was going to do a 4-day week, I would take Monday off. Yeah, I'd take Monday off just to have a longer weekend. Yeah, that's what I would do. I wouldn't take the Friday off. If I couldn't have the Friday, because, I'd take Monday off. What would you do? Because I don't like Mondays. Today's a Monday. I like today, but yeah.
If I took time off, it was to go on holiday, a proper vacation. But here in the Netherlands, I've noticed that it's also really common for people to just take a random day off here and there to do some everyday things. And I've started doing that too.
So that's why I'm here, and I'm enjoying this beautiful day, and I'm gonna now walk for a little bit, just enjoy the gorgeous canal views. By the way, I always stop to take pictures of these like gorgeous old buildings, and people definitely think I'm a tourist because I'm still amazed by the architecture. Well, I don't know if that'll ever go away, and I kind of don't want it to. So
it will go away. It will go away, and it's a shame. It's a shame because we're the same in the UK. I've lived the majority of my life. I was born in the UK. I was born in England, and yeah, you stop looking up. Even though we have some of the most beautiful architecture in the world, like it's stunning. All the cities and towns in the UK have beautiful historical buildings, and sometimes I have to remind myself, Dwayne, look up. And you look up and you're like, wow, actually beautiful. But I always forget. You always like tunnel vision. You always go into where you need to go into the shops, go into the cinema, going home, going to work, and you forget to just like look at your surroundings and look how incredibly beautiful where you live is. And I think, you know what's made me think about it more now is going to Sweden and going to Denmark and just looking up all the time and looking at these beautiful buildings. It's reminding me that I need to do the same when I'm at home. Let me know in the comment section if you forget how beautiful your surroundings are when you're in the Netherlands. Like you forget that, you know, you live in a really beautiful part of the world. Let me know in the comment section. 'Cause sometimes we do. Sometimes.
Let's go for a walk now and get a coffee because I've only had one coffee today and I need at least 2 to function.
There is no shortage of gorgeous buildings on my walk. Both me and the loads of tourists Amsterdam gets around this time of year are very much enjoying the view. Whenever I say the Dutch cities are so pretty, there are always a few people who say, not all places are like Amsterdam or Utrecht, Eva. And okay, while not all places are like that, I will say that very many are.
Okay, so on
it's true because Brits would say, I could say, oh, not all places are like that. You know, you got some really trashy places. Brits are very, in that sense. That's one sense where we're very, very, very honest. Bit like you guys, and straight to the point. It's when critiquing ourselves. When we critique ourselves, we're very honest in how we critique ourselves. And the majority of Brits will be like, oh, nah, most of the UK is a shithole. Literally would say it just like that, and it's true. No, it's not true. There are parts that look a bit rougher, but for the most part, like she said, most of the towns and cities have beautiful architecture. Beautiful. It's just we forget to look up. We're always looking around at the people and the surroundings, but we forget to look at the actual buildings that were built. Do you know what I mean? Anyways.
Walking towards a coffee place. Where is my coffee? I realized that something that I've come to expect after moving to the Netherlands is that I expect cities to be green. So again, this is the center of Amsterdam. The narrow streets that I've been filming, if you notice, then there are trees on those streets. So basically very many streets, even if it's a broad, big street, will have trees. And I think the cities in the Netherlands do a really good job of that. And when I go to other cities now, I notice when there aren't trees and it's 28 degrees Celsius and it feels really hot. Whereas supposedly it's 28 degrees Celsius here now. And I'm okay. I'm really not hot. I'm someone who like starts to boil after 24 degrees Celsius typically. But when I'm out in the green, you just don't feel it. So that's pretty nice.
Maybe she doesn't feel it, but I definitely feel it. No, but the green does help because you get places where you can get shelter if needs be. I do love that about Europe in general. Europe tends to be very, very green. Our cities tend to be very, very green. I do like that. Not all cities in the UK are that green though. I think it's probably better in the Netherlands.
Already mentioned how much I love the city parks in the Netherlands, but you don't necessarily have to go to a city park to have some greenery. And what I've also realized is how much of a soothing effect being surrounded by so much water can have on me.
There's the Heineken brewery. I've never been. Is it worth it? Okay, so I was just at this coffee place, which was very nice, and I got some food, and I thought of two things that I wanted to share with you. One is that I use the bathroom, and in the US, you either have air dryers or paper towels, and like doesn't matter where you go, it's the same. Here in the Netherlands, if you go to like bigger places, you will indeed see that, but when you go to smaller places, you will see a hand towel in the bathroom, and I find that kind of really gross, and I don't know if people.
Do you mean hand towel as because I've seen places that have hand towels and it's one of those ones that you pull and it's like on a roller thing, but is she on about like a hand towel that everyone's using the same hand towel? Because if so, that is a little bit gross. That's a little bit. I'm kind of with her on that.
Actually use it. I think they do, but I don't. So, and this card. And then the second thing that I noticed was that here in the Netherlands, you can't expect your food to arrive really quickly. Not because they can't prepare it quickly, but sort of because it's ongezellig. I should probably go walk on like the sidewalk.
Because it's fresh.
Narrow streets. And we're back on the sidewalk. So, as I was saying, you kind of don't get your food right away. So I was at a cafe by myself, and the food, you know, they just took their time with it so that I didn't feel rushed. So it wasn't like, oh, now I was done eating and now I had to leave. So it took me some time to get used to that because I would arrive extremely hungry. And now I don't, and things are better. And I'm now in the center of Utrecht.
It's because the food is fresh. Like in America, it's probably a lot of fast food. Quick service, like they want you in and out. It's a numbers game, you know. Whereas probably in the Netherlands, the food is cooked fresh, it's done properly. There's no rushing. It's kind of a more laid back lifestyle, which is great. It's great.
It's a little later in the day, and you can tell that I'm in the center of Utrecht because of the church bells.
Utrecht.
It's really beautiful. Even after years of being familiar with the city, I'm not used to it. I'm meeting up with a friend, and in typical Ava fashion, I'm either too late or too early. I'm too early today.
And while I wait for my friend,
that's good because you guys don't like lateness, do you? You like punctuality, so it's good that she's early.
Talk about one final thing, and that is being on time. If you agree to meet up with someone at 5, then you better be there at 5. In the US, I knew plenty of people who thought 5:10 or 5:15 would be acceptable if you said 5, but that is not the case here. And if you throw a party, be prepared that a few people will show up earlier even, not just on time. Wow. Anyway, that was all the everyday things that I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
That's very respectful. I think it's very respectful for people to come to your party early. When you say a certain time, they come earlier. That's respectful because there's some people that just turn up like an hour late, calling it fashionably late. That's not fashionably. If I say 9 o'clock, you be here at 9 o'clock. That's when it starts. And if you come 10 past, you're late. 5 past, I think is it's okay. It's okay. I can forgive a few minutes. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, no, not acceptable. Maybe I'm Dutch. I don't know. Guys, that was really interesting. So she lives there. I don't know if I've told you guys. We actually have a friend who lives in the Netherlands, lives in Amsterdam. So we'll probably visit him when we go to Amsterdam. So that'll be great. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Also, remember what I said at the start of the video. Please help me, because I can't find Rundfunk. I can't find it. I can't find one with like English subtitles that are decent. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting, but we're gonna do it. We cannot not finish this. We cannot do that. I need to. One episode of the second season. No, let's help me, guys. Help me find the other episodes, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you very soon.